Hello everyone, welcome to part 22 of the Pokemon Red No Starter Run playthrough. Last part we got the badge here in Fuchsia City by defeating Koga. So now we have, I think it's the Soul Badge? I don't even know the names really. I know Boulder Badge, Cascade Badge, and that's really it. I would guess Thunder Badge, but that's probably not right. um, but yeah, so we got the 5th badge, and now last thing to really do here in Fuchsia is go through the Safari Zone. Um, and there are actually two main reasons you want to go to the Safari Zone. Actually, you have to. And they're both for HMs, so go figure. Um, see, with the Safari Zone, though, it's kind of... This is what I was going to go into once I get here, which, you know, we are. Um, it's not your traditional run into a wild Pokemon and you could fight it, lower their health, or paralyze it, or whatnot. Um, you only have 3 options: throw the ball, throw a rock at the Pokemon, or throw bait at the Pokemon. And that's it. You don't use your Pokemon. You use special balls that they gave you, Safari balls. You only get 30 of them. I'm not sure how their percent rate is. I think it might be the same as a Pokeball if I were to guess. Or maybe a Great Ball, but not sure. Maybe you could look it up or something. Um, but yeah, so that makes getting Pokemon a lot harder because, you know, you can't lower the health, so the rate of catching it is super duper high, you know? Well, low, really. Math. um, but yeah, I just show off whatever we find here. As far as Pokemon you can catch here, there are way too fucking much. So I'm actually just going to leave a link in the description to Bulbapedia on what Pokemon you can catch here. Because if I were to list off all the Pokemon you catch here, I'd probably be here for this part and part 23. So, of course, you know, that's an over-exaggeration, but over-exaggeration. Don't you mean just exaggeration? Whatever. But yeah, as far as what bait and rock does, bait will increase their chance of staying because the Pokemon will actually run away due to, I guess, being bored or scared. They'll run away, so bait will keep them there longer, and rock will increase your. But I think bait, see, because well, it's just a guess. But okay, well, rock, it will increase your chances of catching it, but it will also increase the chance of it running away. So I think while bait does keep it there, I think it might decrease your chance of catching it as well. So it's rough. I mean, I do actually catch a few Pokemon here. I don't really plan on using any except one, but still, it's hard, especially Chansey. If you're, I've never actually attempted it, but I know about it. If you're attempting to complete the Pokedex, you obviously got to get Chansey, and Chansey's fucking catch rate is super duper low, and it doesn't help with the Safari gimmicks, and it's a pain in the dick. To be honest, I don't actually like the Safari Zone. It's a neat idea, and like I said, there are a shit ton of Pokemon you can catch, but just the whole how you only throw rocks or bait or just fucking throw the ball, it just makes it a pain in the dick. Yeah, the worst experience I've ever had with the Safari Zone was in Heartgold. I wanted a Murkrow because I wanted a Honchkrow because, you know, I wanted a flying and dark type because why not? That's a good combination, and it worked for my team. So I was trying to get the Murkrow, and the only place you could catch it was, at least where I was at the point in the game, was the Safari Zone. And the Safari Zone's actually new to the remake, but I guess I'll talk about that when I do Gen 2. But it was so fucking hard to catch because its catch rate was so low, and then using the Safari Zone gimmick, and oh god, it took forever. No joke, I think it at least took an hour just to catch one. So, that's why, if you ask me, it's never really worth going after completing the Pokedex. If you want to, go for it. Me, I'll probably never try it. Even as a diehard Pokemon fan, I probably will never ever try to complete the Pokedex because it's just too much fucking work. And I don't know. I mean, I think later gens you get maybe like I know there's an item that will increase your chances of getting a shiny. Of course, shiny Pokemon are a new concept that's introduced in Gen 2, which I'll explain then. I'll explain a lot of shit in Gen 2. But yeah, for me, fuck it. I saw there I caught a Rhyhorn, pretty good. I already have Golem though, so don't really want it or need it. It's Rock and Ground as well, so meh. But like I said, the two reasons why we actually want to come here are because, well, one, the Warden, we have a side quest for him. If you remember, he couldn't talk because he's missing his teeth. And you can actually find his teeth here, and here's Chansey. I think I actually do try to catch it, but I show you how hard it is. Throw a rock, alright, let's decrease that chance, or increase that chance of catching it, and it ran away. So yeah, it's because of that. I fucking hate the Safari Zone, and meh. It's actually, and like I said, it's not in every generation. Gen 2, it's gone completely, well, except for the remake. Gen 3, I think it's there. Gen 4, I think it's gone. Gen 5? I don't even think there's... No, I don't think there's Safari Zone Gen 5 either. Meh. So yeah, I guess not many people like Safari Zones anyway. But, like I said, the reason why we need to come here is because, we gotta get the gold teeth, for the Warden. Once we give, the gold teeth to him, we'll actually get an HM from him. And there's I don't know if anyone's hinted at it yet because I'm not reading what they're saying, but there is a secret house in the Safari Zone, and once you get there, the guy will give you a reward for getting there, and that's an HM. As you saw right there, I got kicked out. You'll have a limited time, and by limited time, it means a limited amount of steps. As you saw in the beginning when I first got here, if you press start, you could see, I think it's on the top left, the amount of steps you've taken out of, I think, 500. So you gotta make your steps count, otherwise you gotta go back there and pay another $500. So if you just want to go straight for the HM and the gold teeth, they're actually in the same area. Just follow what I'm doing or where I'm going. Just, you know, don't check every nook and cranny like I am for the items. It's down here. If you keep on going down this way, this is the last area. I think it's area 3 or something. There's a sign saying it's his gold teeth are around here somewhere. Here it is. Of course, like I said, you're gonna run into the inventory problem if you didn't clean up your inventory, or if you're picking up all the items like I am, and you'll have no more space, because you know that's how it always fucking goes. So here I am just trying to get rid of some items to get the gold teeth in my inventory, so there we go. Like I said, once we get out of here, we'll give that back to the Warden, and he'll give us our HM that we need. And, well, after I check what TM this is, that house right there to the left is a secret house. And if the water doesn't give it away at the bottom, the HM we're getting is called Surf. It's actually a really awesome water type move. Like, it's not only a good HM because it lets you get across water, it's also a really good move in battle. I think its base damage is like 95 or something, and it's got 15 PP. It's special based, so yeah, it's a really good water type move. I'm never really shy of teaching it to my water type Pokemon. The only time that's a pain in the dick is if you're trying to migrate Pokemon from, say, Gen 3 to Gen 4, and it's like, oh, it knows an HM, you can't do it. That's where it's a pain in the dick, but obviously you wouldn't know how that would feel in Gen 1, so especially because HMs are permanent, there's no way to delete them. In other gens, there's at least a move deleter. But yeah, we have HM03, which, like I said, is Surf, so I'm obviously going to be teaching that to Shelder. Unfortunately, Shelder is not really a special-based Pokemon. He's more attack-oriented, which is why I'm still keeping that Clamp. But I don't know, I think it's just Gen 1 or something, but Clamp sucks, even though it's an attack-based water move, and he has high attack and water, so his stab bonus. It sucks, so I think it's because base damage is only like 40 or something. So it's pretty, I guess it's a weak move, but still, I thought I'd at least do something. But no. Anyway, here's what Surf looks like. Your sprite turns into the, I guess, generic water type Pokemon sprite. Of course, we don't see it in our team because Shelder has that shell sprite. But yeah, if you were to have like a Squirtle or Wartortle, Blastoise, that's what their sprite would look like in your team slot screen. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. So that's what it looks like, and you just move that around, and yeah, you get Surf. Of course, surfing is kind of like a cave where every area is hotspot, meaning, you know, you can run into wild Pokemon, of course, them being water Pokemon. Um, Although, I don't know why, it's not really happening to me much in Gen, in this, well, at least through this playthrough. Like, I was trying to find a Pokemon I want to catch later on here, and you have to go in the water. So I was surfing around, and I wasn't getting anything. Not even the Pokemon, just nothing. So, I don't know. I know it does happen, because we're going to have to surf to get to the 7th badge. It's actually kind of a long way. And yeah, there at least to my knowledge, should be some random battles. And here I am fucking looking for something to get rid of. Sorry, Elixir. And we got a max revive. I guess it's actually pretty worth it. So, we got what we needed, so that's good. But there is one more area, because, you know, I want to shuff the whole Safari Zone in its whole entirety. So there's one more area you could go to, this place. And I actually found a Scyther. Scythers are, I think, pretty good attackers. They're bug and flying type, but Gen 1, Gen 1 strikes again, and there are pretty much no good bug type moves to my knowledge. Not only that, he doesn't evolve until Gen 2, although his means of evolution is kind of annoying. So, I mean, Scyther, later gens, he's a really good Pokemon, but Gen 1, not so much. As a flying type, he sucks too. He can't even learn fly, so meh, what can you do? Once again, looking for something to get rid of. Oh my god. At least it was a nugget, that's worth it. But yeah, so like I said, one more thing that's left for me here is a Pokemon I actually want to catch. It's actually, I guess not really a rare Pokemon, but it's actually its only type in the whole game. Actually a new type that we've never came across. And its final evolution is considered a pseudo-legendary. Of course, anyone who knows Pokemon, I've already given away what Pokemon it is. But by pseudo-legendary, it means its base stats are so awesome that it's almost kind of considered a legendary, even though it's not. But here I'm just showing that it loops around. It's kind of just like a huge circle, really. So, I mean, yeah, everything kind of looks the same, but it shouldn't be too hard to get lost here. If you do get lost, I mean, you'll just have to, you know, pay to come back here. So the Pokemon I want to get, you have to fish. I think you have to actually only works for the Super Rod, and it's this Pokemon here, Dratini. Its type is Dragon type, and like I said, it's only Dragon type in Gen 1. So yeah, Dragon type. It's known for being those high-powered type because, you know, majority of Dragon type Pokemon are considered pseudo legendaries, and you saw it was a pain in the dick to catch there, but I finally caught it. So yeah, they have high base stats, and you know, and since Dragon type and you know, Dratini and its evolutions being the only Dragon type Pokemon, Dragon's only weakness, well, it has two, are actually Dragon itself and Ice. So that, I guess, kind of gives away why we need Shelder, or why I picked him for the Ice typing. The last member, Elite Four, is a Dragon Tamer, and he uses Dragon-type Pokemon. Of course, like I said, there's only one Dragon-type Pokemon, Dratini, and its evolutions. So I think in Gen 1, I think he has three or two of the final evolution of Dratini. So yeah, they're a bitch to take down. But with an Ice type, they shouldn't be too bad. So that's why you need an Ice type, or at least, like I said, I recommend having an Ice type move by the end of the game. But But yeah, here, like, here's the Warden, if you remember him way back, I think it was part 20. We gave him the golden teeth, he could talk now, and he gave us the HM, that being, Strength. Strength is, it's a good physical move, it's normal type, but I think its base damage is either 80 or 90, so it's also a pretty strong move. So once again, it's not actually that bad of a move to teach to your Pokemon, but still, HMs suck. Don't like them. And you need both of these in order to progress through the game. You're gonna need Strength in the last cave to get to the Elite Four, and you're gonna need Surf to get to the 7th badge. So, like I said, these are both mandatory. So make sure you get them while you're here in Fuchsia. Back when I was, and if there's what Strength looks like, you can push those rocks around and bam, free rare candy behind that rock. But as a kid, I always forgot to get the Strength, and I remember having to help my friends help me find the golden teeth, because for some reason the only thing I knew about was Surf, and I would completely skip Strength, and then once I got to Elite Four, I'd be like, what the fuck do I do? I can't move this rock, what the fuck? And that was back before I even had internet. Fuck. But yeah, here I am. Once again, cleaning up the inventory for the fucking 10 billionth time. At least we won't have to worry about doing this shit in other gens, because, you know, like I said, you don't really run out of room. I might run out of, like, item space in Gen 2, but that's really it. Items and TMs and key items all have their separate categories, but of course you'll see that once we do Gen 2. But I got rid of Ducks and trying to use Dratini here. Problem with Dratini, even though its final evolution is amazing, it doesn't evolve till its final evolution till I think level 60 or 50, or 55, don't remember. But Dratini evolves into its evolution Dragonair at 30, and then its final evolution Dragonite at, like I said, 50, 55, or 60. And it's a bitch to get it there, you know? And it's not really useful until it's a Dragonite, so... Not only that, I want to use it as my flying type, mainly. Flying type and just as a tank, because, you know, stats are awesome. But, you know, it doesn't become a flying type until it's a Dragonite, which is 50, 55, 60. So, there's probably going to be a lot of moments where if I need Cut or Fly, I'm just going to be switching between Ducks and Dratini. But as of now, I guess Dratini is kind of the, I guess 6th member then. But, you know, I'm always going to need Fly and Cut here and there, so he'll be coming in and out. That's what she said. Oh boy. That guy, I guess I forgot to talk about that while I was talking about Dragonair and all that shit, and Dragonite and bleh. That Professor Oak's 8 right there, if you had 31 Pokemon, I think it was, he'll give you the EXP All. And that item I've actually never used, and I actually kind of just figured out about it now. If you have it in your inventory, your Pokemon all get a share of the EXP that the Pokemon, you know, who battled got. So it's a nice way to level up your Pokemon, because in Gen 2 and onward until well, yeah, it's in Gen 6 it's still called EXP Share. It's called EXP Share. But in Gen 1 it's called EXP All, and it functions like it does in Gen 6. So here I am playing Gen 6 thinking, oh wow, the EXP Share is different. It gives you it gives all your team members EXP instead of just the one that's holding it. When here in Gen 1, it did that as well, and I never knew that. You always learn something when you revisit these old games, but that's, you know, end of the part. That route was Route 15. I'll talk about that more in part 23. But, as you couldn't see, because, you know, I cut out those battles, I was actually having a real rough time. My, you know, Golem and Alakazam are really the only ones who can do anything. Everyone else is really sucking. So I have, I guess, a little intermediate part, 22.5, of a montage of me getting the rest of my Pokemon up to 40, except for Teamy. So, feel free to watch it. I'll upload it tomorrow. I actually made it a long time ago when I recorded this session. But if not, then I'll see you guys in part 23. So until then, oh yeah, and in 23, I'm also gonna try to get a guest commentator around because we're now going onto the routes where there are a shit ton of trainers and nothing but trainers, and I'm definitely gonna need someone to talk with. So yeah, enough of that. I'll see you guys in part 23 and hopefully 22.5 if you care. So yeah, take care.